You recall the first time we went there, we didn't have access to most of the places, and I made available resources for the PEMSEC to clear up the place so that we can have a clear picture of what the place is like. Now that we've gone there and we've seen what's on ground, I think the next thing is to get stakeholders and then prospective investors to come in and then start talking.
The administrator also explained plans to make the health facility inspected to function maximally so that they can provide requisite service and create employment. Vice Admiral Abbas confirmed that stakeholders meeting that will be convened will advance the revival of the Songhai farms and support private sector collaboration in the states.
The fact remains that the state is well endowed. We have quite a lot of infrastructure that we have on ground. We have the ones that are underutilized and that need, to be ramped up so that we can put them to optimal use. We might need manpower in some areas. We might need to revamp some of them structural wise. And then we also look at the best way to manage this infrastructure so that the purpose for which they were built and for which resources were put into them can be actualized.
Tamuno Barabi Iblubo, Rstv News.
The sole administrator of Emoha Local Government Council, Comrade Franklin Ajomo, has extended his warm felicitation to the Muslim community on the occasion of Eid al-Mubarak celebrations. In a solemn message, he prayed for peace, unity and progress in the local government area. He emphasized the need for unity, love and peace among the people, regardless of their religious background, and urged them to continue to practice the lessons of sacrifice, charity and compassion. He wished the Muslim faithful a joyous and a blessed Eid al-Mubarak celebrations. President Bola Tinubu has extended heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and many fans of Mike Ejeagha, one of Nigeria's greatest folklorist, songwriter and musician in the Igbo language, who passed on to eternity on Friday at 95. President Bola Tinubu, in a statement by his spokesperson Bayo Onanuga, noted that Mike Ejeagha used his music and distinctive storytelling style to preserve and project Igbo culture and customs, inspiring generations. He wished that the spirit and values of Mike Ejeagha's gifts continue to remind us that music has a power to revive, heal and redirect energy towards worthy causes that have helped build our nation. The president also commended the Enugu state government led by Governor Peter Mba for honoring the music icon while still alive, and prayed to God Almighty to grant the soul of the departed eternal rest and comfort to all who mourn his loss. President Bola Tinubu has also commiserated with the family and friends of boxing legend Bisia Mwangba, who died on June 2nd, 2025 at age 75. President Tinubu noted that Nigeria is a sporting community and Nigerians will long remember the legendary boxer and coach for the honor he brought to the country in the ring and the exciting moments he gave to fans throughout his career. According to him, the nation owes him a debt of gratitude for nurturing a new generation of boxers after retiring from active competition, including leading Nigeria's boxing team to the Athens 2004 and Beijing 2008 Olympics. The president prayed for the peaceful repose of his soul and divine comfort for all who mourn him. Mwangba represented Nigeria at the 1972 Summer Olympics in Munich, competing in the light welterweight division and won gold medals at the 1973 All-Africa Games in Lagos and the 1974 British Commonwealth Games in Christchurch, New Zealand, in the same welterweight division. The Ogun State Security Network, known as Amotekun, on Saturday foiled a robbery attempt following a swift response to a distress call from Akinale town in Iwekuru area of the state. A 28-year-old man identified as Opeyemi Olusayan was said to have been shot in the upper region of his left leg during the robbery at around 1:20 a.m. on Saturday. In a statement issued on Saturday by the Deputy Commander of Amotekun Corps, Tajuddin Bakari, a team of the corps from the Iwekoro Command swiftly responded to the distress call and rushed to the robbery scene. According to the statement, the robbers, citing the combatant Amotekun operatives, took to their heels and made off with valuables including 8 sophisticated mobile phones, 2 laptops, jewelries, and 54,000 naira cash, as they managed to escape into the nearby bush, leaving behind the operational vehicle. Barely 9 months to the March 31st, 2026 deadline set by the Central Bank of Nigeria for commercial banks to raise their capital operators in the industry are entering a critical phase of what has been described as the most consequential regulatory shakeup in over a decade. Under the new framework, the CBN mandates banks with international licenses to beef up their capital base to a minimum of 500 billion naira from 50 billion naira previously. National banks to have a minimum of 200 billion naira from the 25 billion naira it used to be, and regional banks to maintain minimum capital base of 50 billion naira from 10 billion naira. The ambitious exercise has set the financial sector on edge, triggering a flurry of bedroom strategy sessions that have seen financial institutions completely raise the required amount for their banks, engage in business combination talks, and share sales in the capital market. As the countdown intensifies, the banks face a stark choice: bulk up or risk being pushed to the margins of a fast evolving financial landscape. Time to take some break, but just before we do that, do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online on our news feeds. Up ahead, Ireland deports 35 Nigerians, and in sports, Gauff beats Sabalenka to win 2025 French Open. Details of this and more in just a moment.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
Proper funding.
Training.
And cooperation.
if it happen,
If it happens.
If it happen.
Every great hero begins their day with a mission. knows they're on the hunt. Be a superhero. Join the Hunt and Win promo on Indomitable packs. Cut and submit 20 unique Indomitable poses to win 100,000 naira. Or submit 10 unique Indomitable poses and win a superhero carton. Visit your nearest redemption center to collect your reward. Or visit www.indomie.ng/IHWP for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Discover today the World International Secondary School, Port Harcourt. It has a team of highly qualified teachers and sufficiently well-equipped modern science laboratories. Discover today the World International Secondary School, Port Harcourt. It has a team of highly qualified teachers and sufficiently well-equipped modern science laboratories with respect to biology, chemistry, physics and other sciences. The world trains your child to be self-reliant in a competitive world with the introduction of a modern home economics laboratory, a bakery and a well-equipped introductory technology workshop. The academic environment at the World International Secondary School is simply wonderful, with the availability of such facilities as a standby electricity generator, a well-treated water borehole, a sick bay, a fully stocked library and games facilities. Your child obtains a fully rounded education at the World International Secondary School. The students are abreast of modern trends in information technology. Security is guaranteed and you are assured of the safety of your child. Bring your child to the World International Secondary School today and you will be sure you are leaving him in the hands of God-fearing people. Admission is strictly on merit. For further details, contact the admissions officer, the World International Secondary School, Kilometer 16, Port Harcourt-Aba Expressway, near LMA Junction, Port Harcourt.
This is Rstv. World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis.
Welcome back. The Republic of Ireland has deported no fewer than 35 Nigerians, including 5 children, in a chartered flight that departed from Dublin Airport on Wednesday night. According to the Irish Mirror, the returnees, comprising 21 men, 9 women and 5 children, landed in Nigeria on Thursday. Irish Minister for Justice Jim O'Callaghan said he was happy to note that all of them returned to Nigeria despite an unscheduled stopover due to a medical incident on board. While the Irish government did not give a specific reason for the deportation of the Nigerian nationals, O'Callaghan only said Ireland has a rules-based immigration system which are robust and enforced. However, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission said it was not aware of the deportation of the Nigerians by Ireland on Thursday. The NIDCOM spokesperson Abdul Rahman Balogun made this known to Punch Diaspora Tales on Thursday. U.S. riot police and protesters clashed in downtown Los Angeles following federal immigration raids across the city in which dozens of people were reportedly taken into custody. A Homeland Security investigation spokesperson told the Los Angeles Times that federal agents were executing such warrants related to the harboring of people illegally in the country. Security forces lined up wielding batons and what appeared to be tear gas rifles after authorities ordered crowds to disperse around dusk. Aerial footage showed armed immigration officers using unmarked vans to detain multiple people as crowds gather. Los Angeles police spokesperson said police on the scene of the protest had declared an unlawful assembly, meaning that those who failed to leave the area were subject to arrests. To entertainment now, where singer Dare Art Alade and his wife Diola has survived a car fire on the third mainland bridge in Lagos State. Some of the videos showed people trying to stop the fire though unsuccessfully. The fire service personnel later put out the fire. According to singer Dare, it was a shocking and painful experience, but that they are grateful that the driver made it out safely with no life lost, which he said was what truly mattered. Super Eagles midfielder Olakunle Olusegun has expressed his delight playing for Nigeria in the 1-1 draw against Russia in Friday's international friendly. Recall that Krasnodar star came on as a substitute for Christentus Uche in the 76th minute and had a decent play. Speaking with champion, Olusegun stated that it was not easy to debut against Russia. According to him, the atmosphere around the match was great, but not easy to play for the Nigerian national team in such a lineup where a lot of guys want to play given the opportunity. He noted that debuting for the Nigerian national team in a match against Russia is something special, but for him, every game is special, unquote. Still in sports, Coco Gauff battled back from a set down to beat world #1 Arina Sabalenka in a Grand Slam final for the second time with a dramatic victory in the French Open showpiece on Saturday. The second-ranked American dug deep to claim the 6-7, 5-7, 6-2, 6-4 victory and a second major title after also defeating Sabalenka at the 2023 US Open. The 21-year-old more than made amends for her emotional 2022 final loss to Iga Swiatek at Roland Garros, outlasting Sabalenka over 2 hours and 38 minutes on court to Felipe Chatria. It was a second straight Grand Slam final loss for Sabalenka after a defeat by Madison Keys at the Australian Open in January. The remains of late Gregory Barida Idam has been laid to rest at his community Bane in Kana local government area. Namdi Olimini reports that the funeral service was conducted by the Grace Vine Family Church and Crystal Vine Community.
Delivering a message at the funeral service, the officiating minister, Reverend Mavis Odobo, advised the congregation to keep eternity in view as they will give account of their stewardship when judgment comes. He said people should try and make impact in the lives of others while they are alive, because when they die, they will go with nothing but their work and the footprints they left in the sand of time. According to the preacher who read from Revelation 14 verse 11, said, when a man dies in the Lord, he is blessed, but those living outside the Lord still have opportunity to embrace God as long as they are breathing. Reverend Odobo, who described late Gregory Idam as humane and humble man who has put smiles in the faces of people during his lifetime, and pray God to grant his family the fortitude to bear the great loss.
Whilst you're still here, you have an opportunity to do what things that you should or you may be remembered by. And just like it has been written about our Father here, he put smiles on everyone, on the face of everyone that encountered him. What is your pursuit, therefore? Is your pursuit, therefore, to amass as much as possible? Or, with whatever resources God has given to you, make impact in the life of people who are around you?
In his biography presented by one of his grandchildren, Toby Benson Ajayi, the disease was described as a devout Christian, a strict father, and lover of education, who retired as the head of Estate and Works Department of Rivers State University.
He was very strict and a typical African father who loved his family so much, even though he did not openly display it, but he did what was necessary. He believed in good educational foundation, and that's the reason he sent his kids to the best schools and trained a lot of family members.
In their tribute, some children of the deceased, including Fito Benson Ajayi of the News Division of Rivers State Television, described their father as kind, loving, and a pillar of strength, and pray God to grant his soul eternal rest.
He was a good man, he was a great man, nobody can deny it. He loved people, even at his detriment, but he loved people.
He's like a mentor just left, you understand?
He loves helping people. He's a very quiet achiever, as you can see. He doesn't talk. What he wants to do, he just does that thing. He will do it.
He built a foundation. For a great family, and I'm praying that the Lord will grant them strength, grant them wisdom, that they should know that one day we will all be together.
Born 82 years ago, late Gregory Barida Adam is survived by a wife, 4 children, and many relations. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Do you love and care about Rivers State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online on our news feeds. To end the news, let's take a recap of some of the major stories. Rivers State Sole Administrator, retired Vice Ebok Ebas has vowed to reverse the state-owned Shanghai integrated farms by committing to collaborative strategies to restore the facility as a hub of sustainable agriculture, job creation and food security. President Bola Tinubu has extended heartfelt condolences to the family, friends and many fans of Mike Ejiaga, and also with the family and friends of boxing legend Obiasa Nwangba, who died on June 2nd, 2025 at 75. We'd also reported with barely 9 months to the March 31st, 2026 deadline set by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) for commercial banks to raise their capital. Operators in the industry are entering a critical phase of what has been described as the most consequential regulatory shakeup in over a decade. That's how we capture the world on the lenses of Double 2. Thank you for your time as well as your company. Have a delectable evening.